Hi everyone, my name is Shelby Corey, and I'm going to present to you my presentation. So let me just share my screen real quick. And we'll do it from the beginning. Alrighty, so like I said, hi, my name is Shelby Corey. I am a current graduating student this semester with my Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology with a concentration of Clinical Movement Science. Just to give you a little bit of background, I've kind of bounced around throughout my college career. I started out wanting to be a nurse, realized that wasn't quite the fit for me, then decided to try and do psychology, realized that wasn't also a good fit. I enjoy it, but not enough to want to pursue it. And then I decided to just finish my associates in kinesiology and transfer here to CSU Fullerton to finish it out. And I determined that I wanted to be in the health field. Where, I'm not too sure. Originally, I want to be an occupational therapist. However, after this internship, I realized that physical therapy might be another course for me to go. So let's get started just to let you know a little bit about how this internship has really changed my point of view. So like I said, I internship at a physical therapy clinic. It's called Corey and Bueller Physical Therapy. They have several locations throughout basically like this part of Southern California. There's Anaheim, Brea, Tustin. They're adding one in Fountain Valley, all that kind of great stuff. Just to give you a little bit of background information, there's about 5 therapists there who each take about 25 clients a day. And as an intern, I was basically a physical therapy aide where I was able to assist clients and teach them exercises and stretches for them to perform that were prescribed by the physical therapist. Here in this picture, you could see me on the left. I don't know if you see my mouse right here, that's me. And then next to me on my, I guess the right would be another aide. Her name is Rochelle. She's so wonderful. The man in the middle with the white mask, that's our supervisor, Brian. He's awesome. He really knows his information and is always looking out throughout the whole clinic to help everyone. The guy in the purple shirt is actually a student at Azusa Pacifica finishing up his clinicals. So he just finished this last week. So that was wonderful for him. And then the guy in the black, his name is Mark. He's also another physical therapist there. I would say being here has really opened my eyes to see what kind of daily schedule they all perform and how I guess the clientele varies and shows the different types of people that come in and their injuries. And I just really enjoyed being here. I loved being a part of whatever details were asked and needed, and being just in a facility where the #1 goal is just to basically reduce pain and live a better life, live a healthier life. So that's just a little bit about Corey and Bueller. Let me get started about what I really wanted to get through as an intern. So one of my outcomes was to learn how to generate a good rapport with all staff and clients. This is more than just knowing their names. This is like learning everything about them almost, trying to see what happened to them, ask them how they're doing, remember birthdays and remember if they have any events coming up, just daily activities and conversation that helps generate a positive outlook towards their rehabilitation here, which really just changes how they approach physical therapy. Up next, I have the ability to understand and properly demonstrate corrective exercises and stretches to the clients. This is really important to me as I've never done anything in a clinical setting per se. I've only observed. So for me, I really wanted to learn how to teach, how to explain these exercises and ensure that they're doing them properly with correct form, ensuring that they're not raising their shoulders if they're not supposed to, all that kind of good stuff. Up next is engage in clinical duties and maintain flow of production. I realized that although this may sound easy, it's actually harder than you think, because as an aide, at least at my location, you are asked to help from all of the PTs rather than just one-on-one with one PT, as in other clinics I've heard. So I could help 3 clients at once. And then the new people coming in need to get a table. So you have to learn how to, clean the table, make sure that there's enough supplies, and ensure that you are still watching your clients. A final learning outcome that I really wanted to establish as an intern was to learn what a physical therapist does on their daily routine and what it entails and how to observe their work. So as an aide, you are pretty focused on just what the physical therapist explains for you to do with the client. For example, they'll give you 4 exercises and you just watch them. While watching the physical therapist physically manipulate clients was so interesting to me. And although it wasn't my primary focus, it is something that I was able to fully get a better grasp, understand what they're focusing on, see the different tools they use. They use a plunger, they use certain creams and hand positions, and they're really massaging out those muscles and different blades that they use. It's really interesting to see all the different things you didn't know, especially as me, I've never been in physical therapy myself. So to me, this is a whole new world. But yeah, so those are just some of the learning outcomes that I thought were interesting. Up next, I have a day in the life as an intern. So as mentioned before, you typically begin your shift folding the laundry, such as towels and pillowcases from the night before. This way you start off strong with enough stock for everybody, because you'd be surprised how many people towels use. How many towels people use, sorry. And then when directed, like I said, the PTs will give you certain exercises for the client to perform, and you have to ensure that they're doing it in proper form, see if there's any pain, because our motto is live life pain-free. So if there's any indication that the patient is having an increase of pain than what they normally come in with, then we immediately stop the exercise or stretch and move forward, because we don't want to have our patients feel like we're forcing them to get better. This is something that's supposed to be relaxing almost, kind of. But yeah, and then in your spare time, like I said, clean, try and do some light filing of, the charts so everybody can get more efficient, and just restock throughout the clinic and see if any PTs need your help. Basically, this company just wants us to provide that raving fan service, which is, basically having our clients want to tell their friends to come here, because we do want to provide that excellent top tier service. As I've learned while being there in physical therapy, I had a few expectations and they were quickly reality checked. I thought a physical therapist has a client for about an hour, 45 minutes at a time, and is able to do a one-on-one with them. And I wasn't quite sure what my internship would entail. But once I got here, I see how the workload is much greater than what I truly expected. Like I mentioned previously, each physical therapist can have about 25 patients a day. And if there's 5 physical therapists in, you're having at least 5 clients each half hour. The physical therapist spends 15 minutes with them and 15 minutes doing notes. So during their note time is when I would be performing the exercises and stretches with the client. So it's very quick paced, very on top of things, because we do have more clients coming. And as I mentioned before, the clientele is variable. I have seen athletes, I have seen children, I have seen older adults and geriatrics. I didn't realize how many different people can come in and also their types of injuries. I've seen rotator cuffs, I've seen ACLs, I've seen sciatic nerves, I've seen so many different injuries that I wouldn't also immediately think physical therapy could fix, but I really enjoyed that learning here. I also didn't realize how many different types of exercises and stretches there were for each body part. Just alone for the shoulder, I could list 5 of them. I think it's just very interesting to see that I am the one who's working with the client, doing the nitty gritty, while the physical therapist is doing the very finite, very disciplined little portions where they're physically maneuvering their muscle that is injured or, needs work on per se. So I would like to say that this internship has helped me be a better prepared in the field of healthcare and kinesiology, because I have gained so much information just from these 7 weeks alone, 8 weeks, I've learned what the body is capable of and what exercises are to help enable their motion better and their range of motion, and all different parts that I didn't truly realize when I'm in class. I believe this physical interaction has truly opened my eyes. It's also gave me the attention to see that these clients will do better if they put their minds to it. I've seen so many clients who have come back week after week and they're like, I actually feel really good. And they've started to explain to me the things that they can perform, like walking upstairs without pain, or they started to go to Zumba class once a week and aren't out of breath. And I just think that is so amazing. And I'm just so glad to be a part of this. It's also increased my awareness of what a physical therapist does versus the other positions. So there's a physical therapist, the physical therapy assistant, which is very similar. However, they don't do evaluations. And then what I was doing, a physical therapy aide, where we explain the exercises and stretches. So I just think that overall, my time here has been of great value to me. Just a message to you guys. Overall, please, please, please take advantage where you can. Finding an internship is so interesting because it took me 4 months just to find mine. And that says a lot because there are so many different locations. There's so many different possibilities of clinics, and you could work at a hospital or you could work just different spots. So if you find someone who's willing to interview you to take that position, interview at all of the locations possible, interview at all of your options, try and make contacts. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, this is your time to truly get a grasp of what you want to do. And you're the one who's going to be putting in the hours. I did 175 hours myself, and my time there was well spent. But imagine if I had, done the bare minimum 100, 120 hours, like I wouldn't have fully understood what it truly means to be part of the physical therapy world and part of the internship here with kinesiology, and put my knowledge to use. Also, showcase your skills. Like, my clinical director has given me numerous not little comments saying, wow, good eye, or thank you for, trying to remember to lower his shoulders and ensure that, they're in proper form. Just those kind of things really do add up, and your little moments to shine really do matter. And most importantly, have fun. Like, if you're going to be out there, have fun, make friends, try and just be open to any possibility. And so, yeah, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy and be a part of the internship yourself.